Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Bible Illustrated Hands. Um, Today's question I received from someone on Instagram, but because I was that slow in replying to that message, um, it got out of that folder where people you don't follow end up, and it got deleted. But I remembered the majority of the question. So the question is, what are my thoughts on tattoos? Uh, this is simultaneously complex and uh, easy question. First of all, my personal thoughts. I simultaneously like them and I'm not fan of them. As regards to artistic merits, there are some stunning tattoos, like some that blow your mind away. However, uh, ironically, the artistic merits of these tattoos isn't really contingent on them being on human body. There are some that are based off that, like I don't know, tattoos that sort of like show the interior of your body, or like show that you're half android, or some. But majority of tattoos aren't that specifically. Um, and I think that some of them may look good on some people. I also can't accept the fact that tattoos are generally permanent. Thing is, church has always opposed tattoos, and for a number of reasons. First of all, in the days of old Israel, in the days of the Old Testament, the tattoos were something that pagans did, and that our Lord forbade Jews to do. And this was, of course, in part due to the fact that it was, in a way, it was a way for the Jews to separate themselves from the pagan customs, and it was a very effective way to do it, because uh, actually having a tattoo would instantly label you as a pagan to ancient Jews. The church has accepted this because we do consider our body a temple. And yes, I do know that meme where like my I don't want tattoos, my body is a temple, and then there's a picture of a temple filled with frescoes. But that meme falls short. Why? Because temple has frescoes on the inside. Temple testifies to the fact that you should beautify your soul, not your body. And by the way, I'm of the opinion that in Christianity, tattoos are unacceptable. Remember that in Christianity, the question, we don't even ask the question, under what circumstances can a guy wear makeup? But we are more of the sense that that even women cannot wear makeup, but we sort of turn a blind eye to it, as well as we turn it to tattoos because, well, you know, it is one of those exterior things that might but necessarily don't show what's in your heart. So it is one of those situations. I have noticed among some Orthodox that it is sort of fashionable to get Orthodox tattoos. Um, and, you know, if you ever considering doing this, I would advise you not to, because I would say that there are sort of two main motives for choosing an Orthodox tattoo. One is to prevent you from sinning. You're like, well, if I have a picture of this or that saint, or if I have the name of Christ on my hand, I won't sin. Um, our Lord forbade us taking vows because he knew them to be ineffective and that they will well cause us to sin, because we will break the vow, and you know, and we will just end up with another easily preventable sin on us. And that's the problem with tattoos. You get used to them. And that is why people tend to get more and more tattoos, because they simply get used to them. With jewelry, it is different, even though St. Paul says that we even shouldn't wear jewelry. Jewelry you can easily replace. It's not permanent part of your body, but tattoo does get permanent, and that is why people get additional tattoos, because they can't replace them. If people could easily, replace tattoos, I would imagine that they would, without getting covered in them. But that is generally not the case. The second reason why people tend to get tattoos, Orthodox tattoos or Christian tattoos, is because they want to testify their faith. I'm sorry, in ages past, only like sailors and criminals got tattoos. And this is the sentiment that tends to remain in conservative societies. So, and that is why people tend to associate especially religious tattoos with criminality, because, when your life is constantly on the line, you want to protect yourselves with these charms and baubles. But I would assume that majority of people who are listening to this but are considering a Christian tattoo aren't criminals who are hoping that the Sacred Heart or a Christogram will protect them from the bullet. You want to testify your faith, fine, but let us remember the words of our Lord when he spoke of the Pharisees, how they longed to extend the hems of their garments, how they used big phylacteries, that is amulets that they would place on their forehead. Our Lord Jesus Christ really isn't into religious image. He sort of hates it, because he knows how people are prone to hypocrisy, Phariseeism. And as regards to an Orthodox or religious tattoo, I have to say this. If you seriously plan to have one, be prepared to suffer the curse of the cassock. I think that every priest, deacon, and bishop who hears this will sort of know what I mean instantly. And that is that while you think that you may be testifying Christ, the opposite will get true. Everything you do, good and bad, will be ascribed to Christ because of that tattoo, and it will tend towards bad. Every sin you do, every cuss you do, every withering gaze you give, it will all be subscribed to your religion. And, if you ever enter a classy restaurant, people will judge you, and so on, depending on where you actually put your tattoo. So, be prepared for that, especially if you go to the beach. Especially if you have small children and you lose your nerve over them, especially if you're a driver and you lose your temper during a drive, and so on. So, so my point is, I'm not a fan of tattoos. Church forbids them. If you have one, fine. If you want to get new ones, I would ask you not to. If you're in the tattoo business, keep doing it. But if you can get out of it, even better. I apologize. So, those are my thoughts. Sorry if they're more conservative than you have expected of me, but that's just me. Bye.